take that off so you can hear me. So, yeah, once it became apparent that John wouldn't be here today, Hilary asked Simon if he could find us a sermon on the internet. And of course he has done. So he's going to come and introduce it to us now and tell us why he chose this particular talk. And just so that you're aware, there will be time at the end of the talk for you to come and say how you've responded to it, what it's said to you, what your thoughts are having heard it. Simon, would you?
So as you're aware, there's 1 or 2 sermons on the internet. When Hilary asked me on Friday evening, I had a few immediate thoughts about preachers that I'd love to hear, that maybe I'd not heard for a while. I played the odd clip of some of them. I thought of somebody else, a favourite preacher from years ago. I'm not naming names deliberately in case you think, oh, I'd much rather have heard that person today. There was a series of 4. I played bits of each of the 4. And the guy was pointing at the screen, but you couldn't see the screen, so that was a bit of a no, and that was a bit of a, I'd have loved to have heard that. But I was reminded that a few months ago I talked about hospitality. Remember me talking about hospitality? And we talked about hospitality and shared about hospitality. And I remembered that I'd heard part of a talk by a lady speaking about hospitality. And that's the one that I've gone for. She's a lady called Shauna Nyquist. She's a writer. A couple of years ago, I read her book, Present Over Perfect, Leaving Behind Frantic for a Simpler, More Soulful Way of Living. And I did loads of reflection handwriting on the back of her book. It's in New York City. It was preached online last summer. It was part of a series, and the pastor of the church will introduce that. Some of you may think that hospitality is not for me. I would love the Holy Spirit to speak to all of us about hospitality. In 1s and 2s, in groups, in church, at work, and just reimagine what hospitality means after COVID.